science failure and soul viewers out there, and welcome to the third episode of my application process. I haven't talked to you guys in a long time. I'll admit I was a little hesitant to make this video because I honestly had no idea what I was going to say. 2020 hit me like a truck, and after I submitted all the applications, I needed a period of my time to rest and prepare for what was coming. Last time I was in front of this camera, we talked about standardized tests. Up to that point, I had not applied to a single program. At least not yet. By December 1st, all of the applications were sent. And I felt a combination of two things. Number one, relief. I've been working on these applications for months and they were finally over. And two, panic. Panic because I thought, did I do good? Did I miss something? Will schools like me? Will schools want me? And right there, as I looked at all these sent applications, something became clear to me. It was done. I couldn't change it. It is what it is. Knowing what to say for this video was very hard for me because from the moment when you submit that application to the moment where you're called to schedule an interview or to reject that application, there's absolutely nothing to do but wait. It's the quiet before the storm. During that time, you are completely oblivious to what the future holds in each of these schools. You have absolutely no idea what's going on, and you have no control of the outcome. So all you can do is sit and wait. Although I don't recommend sitting and waiting, you know? Go take a walk, do a hobby, play a game, listen to music. Just relax, breathe. And I know it's easier said than done, but when I submitted my last application, I got up from my desk and I took a walk. I thought to myself, I worked hard. Whatever happens, I worked hard. And for that, I was proud. My journey has been more than amazing. I can't complain. I have gone against my insecurities and my imposter syndrome in various moments of my career. I have succeeded every time. And the times when I haven't, I have learned to accept and learn from the process. Was it hard? Everybody knows applying was hard. But I enjoyed a lot the process and I learned a lot from it. For example, my writing skills have improved significantly as the years have gone by. And during the application cycle, I noticed that it was even better. I also want to bring something to the table, and that is underrepresentation. I'll admit, I've tried to look past being underrepresented to focus on my work and my science, but wow, looking through labs was disheartening sometimes. I am white, as you can probably tell, but I am also a Puerto Rican, and I'm also a woman. And those last two things made this experience a lot more stressful. No Latinos, no women. Do I fit in? Will I make it? And of course, I saw a few underrepresented individuals in some labs and some programs, but of course in very low amounts. And I expected this. I've been preparing for years to enter a system, a world that is not made for me. Last year, an article came out talking about how women mentors were not affecting and developing students for success. And here I am, a woman in STEM aiming to become a mentor in academia and getting slapped in the face by an article that was published in one of the most prestigious journals out there. It felt like crap. Sometimes applying was lonely. Most of the people that I know with similar career paths as mine graduated a while ago, and sometimes I had to give myself some extra support and extra love. And I'm not gonna lie here, the pandemic has made this a lot worse and a lot more evident. But hey, now this is getting sad. No, we applied to grad school and we got through the hardest part, or so I had heard, because now I know it was not the hardest part. Now, how many schools did I apply to? You're gonna love this. I applied to a total of 15 universities. Yes, you heard that right. 15. 15. 15. You might be asking yourself a question that I have heard many times. Why? Okay, hear me out. I have two main reasons. From the beginning of my career, I have heard maybe 1,000 times or more how graduate school applications are extremely competitive, and even more for underrepresented minorities. Great. No pressure. In my innocent logic, I thought if I apply to 15 or more, statistically speaking, at least one school has to consider me. Unfortunately, for reason 2 is that I did not give myself enough credit. From stories that I heard of incredibly talented people not getting into a single school, I freaked out. So I sent out 15 applications to 15 different programs. First thing I want you to take from this is do not apply to 15 universities or program unless you have the willpower, the time, and the money. I do think that a number like 8 to 10 is fine. Maybe if you want to go a little bit higher, 12, but not 15. I was able to apply to this many because I asked for fee waivers. Or should I say beg? Getting these waivers is a hardship. Applying to this many is a huge, huge privilege. So take into consideration what your wallet and what your mental health can handle. The second thing I want you to take from this is apply to what you like. Wherever you like. The only way you will not get into grad school is if you don't apply. It is the only assured way you will not get into grad school at all. So give yourself more credit and apply to what you like. It is good to have safe schools, but in my opinion, no school is a safe school. If you can't see a future there, or can't find faculty that you like there, or just the general environment isn't to your liking, don't apply there. You'll be miserable. I said it in the first video, and I'll say it again. Choose where you can be happy. Now, I want to share a part of my application process with you guys that I didn't think possible, to be honest. By the end of December 2020, 9 universities had already called me for an interview. I was told that being called in December was weird, that it was not the norm. I have to recall that we're in the middle of a pandemic, so that might have contributed to the weirdness. Anyway, I got the first email after maybe a week or 2 after sending all of the applications. And I remember asking Shantae what the email was. And she said, "Amanda, that's an interview, congrats!" Don't ask me why, but I thought it was a pre-interview interview to see if I was worth interviewing. I don't know. While talking to Shantae, I got another call for another interview, and she told me something that I am going to share with all of you, and I want you to remember when the time comes. Savor this moment. And I thought that was it. 2 schools. And that was fine. I expected 1. Suddenly, I started getting more calls, more interviews, and it felt good, of course. But I was also, frankly, shocked and a little in disbelief at first. I would tell myself, maybe they contacted the wrong person, but it wasn't a mistake. And after this rain of interviews and calls, I got my first rejection. And I started getting a few more rejections. And I was really sad at first, of course. But then I thought to myself, these acceptances and these rejections are not a measure of my success or my worth. I took my courage and I got ready to interview with the universities that had contacted me while also waiting on some answers. Unfortunately, I also had to decline some interviews due to timing and coursework. I wrote down questions that I had for each of these programs and got ready to talk about my future and how these universities could help me get there. I was very nervous, but I had carefully reviewed how to excel in each of these interviews. I had the incredible opportunity of having workshops and mentors at my reach to help me give a great interview. I prepared the best that I could while also fitting in breaks to chug down orange blossom water in between interviews and drown in aromatherapy. Now, my interviews are over. I am tired and I'm very hopeful for the future. I had a total of 8 interviews. That means 1 or 2 interviews a week for a whole month. It has most definitely been a roller coaster, and I'm really excited to share it with you in the next episodes. If you have any stories, opinions, questions, or suggestions, you can leave them down in the comments below or write to us at sciencefailureandsoul@gmail.com. You can also find us through Instagram at sciencefailureandsoul. I encourage you to visit our Instagram page so you can check out the awesome new page aesthetic and content that we have. Remember to get rest, take things slow, wear a mask, and get vaccinated if possible. Many blessings to you all, and I'll see you next time on my application process.